It can't hurt to try. That's a saying as old as time, and it's pretty much true, except for the fact that it does sting quite a bit to fail. It does sting quite a bit to fall short of what you were trying to accomplish. And that is something that I guess I'm going through right now, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it. It gets a little hard sometimes when you work so hard at something and you push for something and you feel like you deserve it, you feel like you can make it, and you fall short of it. However, that is part of life. You are gonna fail at things, and the best thing you can do from failure is to learn from it. And I know that, in this scenario, I wasn't the best I could have been. I wasn't the biggest, most popular I could have been. I didn't, put myself in a position to take over. And that was on me, I didn't put in enough work prior to this. And that's something I gotta keep doing. I gotta keep learning. I gotta keep growing. I gotta keep figuring things out. And, I think one of the things that I've struggled with a lot throughout the time of this and time of my content career and all of that is being unique to me. I've always kind of worked off of other people and other people's expectations and everything. And sometimes I struggle to be unique. I struggle to be myself, and it does get in the way of a lot of goals that I have, a lot of objectives that I want to push for, a lot of places I want to reach towards that I just really can't because I'm not uniquely identifiable as myself. And that is something that I do struggle with, and I have struggled with quite a bit throughout my life. But it is something I am working on, and something that I want to continue working on. I know this opportunity will present itself again as well, and that is something that I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the next time it presents itself, and I'm ready. I'm gonna be ready for it, and I'm gonna be ready to show the world what I can do, and show the world how much I've changed, how much I've grown, and how much I've learned. There's so much I don't know. And that's in everything. That's in school, that's in just normal life, that's in content, that's in gaming, that's everything. There's so much that I don't know, and there's so much that I have to learn, and I want to learn. One of the biggest things I feel like I lack in content is just an overall voice and an overall, like, end goal. I have the end goal, of course, of, like, getting monetized, getting 100k subscribers, but in terms of, like, the depth of my character, the depth of myself, the depth of my channel, I feel like I'm lacking in that regard. And I got a lot of work I should put in and could put in and I want to put in. I feel like what's next for me is I just need to keep working on being myself and learning myself and growing the way that I want to grow. And I'm very lucky to be in a position as well where I have such amazing, talented people beside me, and it's so awesome to meet this many creators through, small things like Oryx, and just kind of getting to grow with them, and getting to see them grow is one of my favorite things, and getting to see them start posting, be confident in it and all that is just one of my favorite things to see. And another reason I really wanted to do this was because the way I view it is anyone who's rocking with me is like my team. They're my friends, they're my squad, they're whoever. And the people who are in that circle, I want them to blow up with me. I want them to see that success with me. And that's one of the things, like, I feel like if I could get some kind of something, it could happen. So I always want to just see the people around me succeed the same way I want to see myself succeed. Without them, without their motivation, without their help and everything, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't have the energy to play video games. I didn't even like video games going into when I joined Oryx. I've played more video games in the last, like, 6 months than I have in the last 6 years. It's insane. And just the overall, like, community that surrounds me and my YouTube channel and the support and everything is just crazy. And it's so fun to see, and it's such a fun thing to experience, and that as well keeps me motivated to keep trying and keep pushing. And that's kind of where I get the idea that it just can't hurt to try, because at the end of the day, I have people around me. I have people who who care about me and, like, how I'm doing and all that, and that's what makes it worth trying, is just, like, knowing that there's people backing me, and there's people who support me even if I fail, even if I fuck up, even if I make a mistake. They still support me, and they support me through learning through those mistakes and everything, and it's been such a fun journey because of that. On the same topic, I just really wanted to do it. And I think that's something that I haven't caught myself feeling with a lot of, like, gaming related stuff, content related stuff. Like, I join content and it's like, whatever, like, I'll do it. But this was something I really wanted to do, for a multitude of reasons. And, you know, I think mostly it was just I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. And I think that was probably the biggest thing, because a lot of the times I'm doubting myself and doubting my abilities to accomplish things. And, you know, I view myself as a lot worse than I am at these kind of things. And I have this feeling that I just can't be a YouTuber. I can't be a content creator. I can't be somebody that people want to watch, people want to spend their time, you know, investing into my videos, into my content, my shorts, whatever. I feel like I can't accomplish those things. And I was seeking the validation of other people to continue to push for these things, which is not the right mentality. It's not the right mindset. It's not the way I even want to go about this. I want to accomplish these things because I accomplished them, and I want to feel like I accomplished them without someone needing to tell me, hey, you did it. You know, and that is the biggest thing I need to learn and work on, and it's something I have been working on, and that's kind of why this channel exists, is so I can work on that. I can express these thoughts, and, you know, maybe it helps other people work through it too, and that's kind of the biggest thing for me. But still, nonetheless, I truly am grateful to have even tried, because if you don't try, you'll never know. And I'm also really grateful, like I said, for the people who surround me, and, you know, I will always be grateful for that, no matter what. And it's only up from here, man. It's only up from here. We're going to continue to grow, we're going to continue to make content, we're going to continue to be happy, we're going to continue to grind, and by the end of it, I hope that we make it, you know, and that's the biggest thing. And even if I don't make it per se, I will have made it as long as one person clicked on a video and smiled or laughed or felt something. Maybe it distracted them for 20 minutes of their day from something that kind of sucks, like the feeling I have right now. Or maybe it motivated them to do something by clicking on like a second channel video like this one. Or maybe it was just mindless entertainment that was a good 15 minutes of their day. Either way, as long as that is the case for at least one person, then I didn't fail. I succeeded. And so with that being said, I think that leaves us with one last question. If you think you're going to fail at something, should you even try? The answer should be as clear as daylight. Yes. Yes, you should try. You should always try to push for the things that you're passionate about, the things that you care about, the things that you want. You should always push, and you should never be worried about failure, because failure is just a natural part of life. Everyone fails, everyone slips, everyone falls, everyone fucks up once or twice or however many times. But you learn, you grow, you take those mistakes you made, you take those failures, you take those defeats, and you learn, you evolve, and you come back stronger, you come back better, you come back tougher. You continue to learn, you continue to grow, and that's the only way you'll accomplish anything. That's the only way you'll achieve what you want to achieve. And as much as I'm disappointed, I'm so proud of myself for pushing, for trying, and for failing. Because you can't fail without giving it a shot. Knowing that I gave it a shot, knowing that I gave it the best I could right now, knowing that motivates me to try again, to try harder, to get better, to learn, to grow in everything. And because of that, I'm never going to stop trying, I'm never going to stop learning, and I'm never going to stop growing. I'm going to keep going from here, and I'm only going to see what I can accomplish. And if you take away anything from this video, then let it be that. Try even if you think you're going to fail. Because who knows? You might just succeed. That's the rant for today. Bye guys.